Hi everyone, it's Barb Cook here, and welcome to Your Soul Story, a Timeline. In this video, I'm going to be leading you into a little guided meditation, which will help you start to spot some of the soul moments in your life. You may be watching this video because you've been invited to my very first ever Soul Story workshop series. You might have been part of my first focus group, or you might be experiencing this as a free invitation to just explore this as a one-off session or as an introduction to your first online module in this workshop series of finding your soul story, or what's your soul been up to in this lifetime. So I'll go into the details about what you do after this meditation, especially if this is part of your, non-compulsory homework for your first session coming up soon. But at the moment, I want you just to settle in and just go with me on this little journey, 5 to 10 minutes of taking you into a soul space. I'm going to just turn this around now so that you don't see my face and you'll just see a bare wall. And I'd like you just to settle into position, find yourself a comfortable space to sit as we begin our guided meditation. You might be lying down, you might be sitting, but you're here just to gently close your eyes and to simply be for a few moments. I invite you to deepen your breathing. Without any forcing. I invite you to settle into that surface you're sitting or lying on with a feeling of heaviness and surrender. On each out breath, you just let go a little more of any holding that's going on in your body. And on each out breath, we allow the thinking, rational mind just to drift further from our awareness. It's not just needed just now. Just letting that be in the background to come back to later. Breathing in, breathing out, letting go. And as you sink into this naturally relaxed state, your rightful state in the world, you start to settle in closer to your soul. And a different kind of awareness. It's very gentle, it's very subtle, it can be fleeting insights, it can be just a sensation. There may be even a slight tingling in your body. Whatever's happening, just going to enjoy that and settle in. As I begin to talk to your soul, I invite you just to allow any images, memories, or sensations to simply arise. Without any forcing or grasping. As I give you these cues, just know that sometimes there'll be no particular memory or image that comes, and that's fine. There might be a fleeting sensation. That's fine as well. We're not trying to make a list. Or tick any boxes. Or impress any teacher. Or write any essay. We're just allowing some of these cues to resonate. And you can always come back to them later as you contemplate moments of the soul over the next few days. So, as we invite a connection to the moments of the soul in your life so far, we can wonder about, there any religious culture you grew up in? Any subsequent changes in your own personal culture regarding religion, religious systems? I invite you to wonder now about your passion spark you had as a child. That thing that was so special to you, that was like your essence. Particularly if you had lots of things going on that were difficult or chaotic or whatever, through it all, there was always that thing. Let's wonder now about your soul view as a child. Looking out of your soul's eyes, how did you see the world? Did you have soul friends with you, perhaps? Was there a particular connection with an aspect of nature as a child or at any age? Let's wonder now if at any time in your life you've had a pivotal intuitive moment to go in a certain direction. Or that moment that you felt guided. Those synchronicity moments. Let's drop in now the invitation to reflect back on maybe an illness or a crisis that somehow changed you. It might have even broken you down in some way. Was there a moment in life when you were guided to find a teacher, a spiritual teacher of some kind? There may be a few. Now, still allowing your soul to bring forth these moments. Reflect on a mystical moment, a moment when you were graced, something beyond what you can explain with your thinking mind, a mystical moment. Still not using our thinking mind, but just allowing impulses to arise. Wonder about any time that you found techniques that align you with inner peace, that vibration of the soul. You are no doubt having many soul moments now in the current day. Feel into those experiences that have that spark, that lift you up. Feel like an explosion of joy. And lastly, just a moment to allow anything else to arise. Your own heading or cue for what was that soul moment? There are probably too many to count. Just sitting in that space. And knowing that you can rerun this meditation again if you like. But for now, we're going to start to bring ourselves back into the everyday world. We're going to just have a couple more deep breaths now. Gently in and out. As you remember that you're in this room, sitting or lying on that surface. And you can wiggle your toes, fingers, just coming back to the now. And when you're ready, just opening your eyes. Now, when you are working with these images that may have arisen for some of those cues, what I'm going to be asking you to do for this introductory session is to create a timeline. I'll call it a soul timeline. And it's not like a normal timeline of your life where it's events that happened, or it's like a CV. I got this job and then I travelled there and then I lived there and then I had, these kids and then I built this house. It's really a timeline of your soul, a timeline of your soul moments. If we look out through the eyes of your soul, what's it been up to? What was happening there to create some sort of a timeline? And this is how I've been doing mine. So I literally did it. I know that you can do it on some apps these days, which you might prefer, but it's not focusing terribly well. So I drew a big long line and started just popping in roughly the ages that these things happened. And I put some of them under the headings that you'll see on the sheet that'll be attached to this. So the headings are listed, the ones I took you through in the guided meditation, plus any of your own. And just, it's not not a case where you have to finish this homework by a certain date. And sometimes if you just put a couple of things in on one day and then just trust that because you're in this zone, other things will pop in and you can add them as you go. So we don't want this to be an onerous task and something that has to be completed by a deadline, even if you just get a few little notes in there somewhere, just to start to get an awareness of what your soul has been up to and asking you to learn in this lifetime. So I hope to either see you at my course or have you in my online course when it gets going. Or in any case, if you're just doing this as a one-off, I hope this gives you a new perspective on your soul journey.